Hey guys, how's it going? This is Michael.
This is Kyle.
And this is our trailer reaction review of Antman and the Wasp. Trailer 1. Did you like the first movie?
Yeah, I love the first movie.
I absolutely love the first movie.
I
thought it was going to be really
good.
stupid. I had negative expectations going into it, and it blew me away. It actually ended up being one of my favorite Marvel movies.
It was so surprisingly good, especially because,
especially because Paul Rudd. Like, who would have thought Paul Rudd would be a good superhero in the MCU?
Well, he's a good comedic actor, I guess.
I would have never. The guy from Knocked Up, the guy from
he's
all
likable.
these
Like,
other.
Paul Rudd is like the most likable guy.
But Ant-Man's a superhero.
Right.
Like, that's the point, is that he's likable, but he's a superhero. Even Ryan Reynolds, he's likable, but he's kind of a dick, so that he can be, kind of Deadpool superhero. But Paul Rudd is Ant-Man. I had no idea. I thought he was going to do terrible. I thought it was such a terrible cast.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm like, even though I love Paul Rudd, but for a superhero in the MCU, did not think that he was going to fit the mold.
I mean,
he
was more like a likable criminal that was thrown into being like, with a costume and everything. He doesn't have superpowers or anything. He just has the costume, right? Yeah. That does it. So, no, I think that works. He's the everyman criminal.
Yeah. It blew me away. It ended up being really good.
Which is surprising because of the production problems with Ant-Man originally. Edgar Wright, who did Scott Pilgrim versus the World and that sort of visual flair, he was doing the script for Ant-Man and was going to direct Ant-Man and then backed out of it at the last second.
Really?
So then they took his script and you see his influence in there and they got the new director and everything. But yeah, the Scott Pilgrim versus the World guy, who's known for that sort of visual style, like just visual flair, wrote Ant-Man or co-wrote Ant-Man and was going to direct it.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, it ended up being a really good movie.
He actually did.
Regardless.
If you saw the test footage, there was test footage of Ant-Man running down the barrel of a gun and then jumping off and kicking somebody. And,
really?
And Edgar Wright directed that test footage. And
that's super cool. Anyway, super excited to see this. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer 1.
I just have one question. When Cap needed help, if I'd asked you, would you have come?
I guess we'll never know. But if you had, you'd have never been caught.
I do some dumb things, and the people I love the most, they pay the price.
Thanks to you, we had to run. We're still running.
Let's go.
No way. That's useful.
Maybe you just need someone watching your back. Like a partner.
Woo-wee.
Hold on. You gave her wings and blasters. So I take it you didn't have that tech available for me? No, I did.
Big ol' Hello Kitty Pez. Oh, that's pretty cool. Dude. That looks really good. Okay,
looks extremely good.
This style is like really
so
soft
good.
and like really PG and everything. I dig it. I like it a lot, especially coming from these DC movies and kind of these more serious superhero movies that have been coming out. I like it.
I can't believe like that looks just as good as the first one.
Yeah, it did.
And I think visually, this is my favorite movie that in the MCU. Like even more than Thor, which is in outer space and in Asgard and Norse mythology and everything. More than Avengers, more than anything, like the shrinking down to a small size and then blowing back up and using the Honey I Shrunk the Kids and Honey I Blew Up the Kids shrink rate to fight in different like that is so cool.
And it's honestly, in Ant-Man, that's kind of one of those superpowers that you never think would necessarily be like, okay, make myself super small. Okay, cool. You know, you don't really think that's going to be that, but then you end up being, you know, in combat situations and stuff like that, like trying to flee from people. Like, that's very useful.
The only problem that I have...
Oh, gosh, here we go.
It's a stupid, like, nitpick. But when you shrink down a building...
That's exactly the one that I had, damn it!
The density of the building doesn't change. It's still as dense. You can't. It's like trying to pick up the weight of an entire building.
Well, it's that, but it's not a free floating object, right? They're built into the cement. So what? Do you just pull out the ground to the foundation? What happened to the foundation of the building?
Maybe that one wasn't though. That's
just a giant porta potty.
That can be explained. It's just but if you shrink down a tank into a keychain like they did in the first one. It's still the weight of a tank.
I mean, okay, and that's a very good point because they do establish that when you're small, you still have the impact and everything of a normal person, right? So if you shrink down, that's a good point too. If you shrink down a building, if you shrink down a tank, it should have the same density, same weight.
It's science. Like you could bring the molecules closer together with this PIM particle or whatever they call it in the thing. But the density still remains the same. So, you know what I mean?
All you're doing is decreasing the space in between.
Exactly.
So, speaking to your point earlier, though, it's super cool that they have different worlds. You know, they have the world of the small, you know, and then the world of the large. And then now, apparently, they're going the world of the extra small because you did see that he was swimming around with, like, little microbes.
Well, remember in the first one, he shrunk to beyond.
Yeah, he did, but that was the end of the movie. That was kind of his get out, right? That was a way of getting out of whatever the trouble
we don't know where
in.
the microbial part takes place. It could be at the end of the movie.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it could be at the end of the movie, but the point that part where he shrunk himself down, it was in between atoms, right? They were saying that he shrunk himself down so much. Oh, the wife, exactly. But this time he stops at the atomic level, which is a different world, you know, and maybe he has control over that now. And I thought that line with Paul Rudd and was saying, "Oh, you gave her wings and you gave her blasters."
His delivery is just so good.
He is, man. He's Paul Rudd. Good job, man. I salute you. He does a great job pulling off the comedic sensibility. He was kicking ass as Ant-Man. You know, he got a lot of martial arts training apparently as Ant-Man. He was doing a good job, and yeah, that movie looks a lot of fun. It looks like a lot of fun. I'm gonna enjoy that one.
Yeah,
for sure.
it looks really really good. I'm just Ant-Man's become one of my favorite characters in the MCU.
Yeah. Oh yes, for sure. And if not necessarily Ant-Man. The movie, the world that Ant-Man lives in. Right. I feel like that.
So this comes out in July. I guess he survives Infinity Wars Part 1.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's the only problem I have.
Well, when you could trick yourself down to an atomic level, then
the only problem I have with the Infinity Wars thing is there's a Spider-Man movie coming out after that. Yeah. There's the Ant-Man movie coming out. You can kind of get an idea of who survives and who doesn't survive. Well, it was the same
thing, you know, when we saw the trailer of Infinity Wars. And Black Panther comes out tomorrow.
Right.
So,
right.
And Black Panther's inside of the Infinity War. So obviously, you know, he's not in any serious danger. The only one that actually had repercussions from one of his movies was Thor, right? Because he has the eye patch for the Infinity Wars.
Right. And I still think Captain America dies in Infinity Wars.
Maybe.
I mean,
he has done like 10 movies as a contract up.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like eventually these guys are going to want to move on. And
Chris Evans has done a ton of movies.
And I think, doesn't Steve Rogers die in the comics? Or I'm sure he's resurrected
at
some point. They always do in comics. But like Bucky becomes...
Yeah, I was going to say, Bucky becomes Captain America. Anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe down below. Let us know what you think of the Ant-Man movie. Did you guys like the first one? Let us know. This is the bar right here. And as always, thank you so much, and we appreciate it. And this is Michael.
This is Kyle.
And this has been a critique on the universe of trailers.
Later, guys.